his house.
Jesus Christ.
While they're filming the show.
Is he that Canadian, like, defense minister?
No. He was a scientist? Just a researcher?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was just a researcher, and then, like, he found...
He worked on the Area 51 site.
So I guess it would be a lie, because the Canadian defense minister I'm thinking of is where I started, like, really believing this stuff. And I don't remember his name, but it was about, I think, 12 years ago. He came out during some kind of, like, Congress that they were having in government, and just started going off about that people need to know. He was talking about the Greys and, like, 2 other races, and, like, he was talking about people that were pretty close to him in the government and big names, and he seemed so serious, and suddenly after that they were like, oh, he's in a hospital, we're taking care of him, don't worry. And he was saying while he was doing all this that he was putting his life on the line. Yeah. And I don't know if the video's down, but I did see it on YouTube a while back, and a lot of, like, alien people talk about it every once in a while.
I haven't heard
That one's crazy. Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast.
Boop, boop, boop.
So how was your weekend?
It was good. Let's see, what did I do? Yesterday, got a new carpet. That's fun. Boring. Today did Dave and Buster's. That was lots of fun. And then I just did a lot of research on Jesus with big dick energy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this the thing?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I did. What did you do?
Nothing. I did nothing at all. I did this. I prepared the table.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Very cute. I love the little figurines.
Yes.
They're placed very nicely.
I'm trying to, like, find like a good rhythm here.
I like it so far.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We got Doctor Who, the video game.
Oh, is that actually a video game?
No.
Okay.
It's supposed to be Dr. Mario.
Okay. That's cute.
Yeah.
Cute.
We got Zombie Hunting Spider-Man.
And Frog Thor.
Frog Thor. Yeah.
What did you do this weekend?
I'll try to drive. Hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boop.
Boop.
Flew by. Flew by.
Yeah, it was way too fast.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's already the middle of January.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
School starts in 3 days.
How's that?
I didn't get my books for my class on Wednesday, so I'm gonna have to get that after class. Because the bookstore closes on 4 p.m. every day, and we work till after that, so that's whatever. And then, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Haven't started yet. We'll see.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't thought about school in ages, so.
I'm not sure this semester's going to be so busy. I'm doing biology and business management, and then just working at the same time. It's going to be crazy. No off days. This is my last day off.
Are you going to school? Like, what's it like during these times? Like, what do you do Zoom calls now, or do you go to an actual school?
It's so weird. So we're doing Zoom calls for 2 weeks. They're going to end it on January 31st, but they're starting school January 19th, so it's like a really short window, and they say it's in the name of, like, helping with Omicron, but biology classes, like I'm taking, only get it for 1 week, so I'm still going in. I'm doing Zoom this week, and then still going in next week when everyone else is still home. So it almost doesn't matter. But yeah,
Weird.
that's safety from Omicron for 2 weeks.
I wonder what it's like for like elementary and middle schools.
Right? So many people are being like forced to go back.
Yeah.
I mean, also, when you can't do childcare, what are you going to do? You have to send your kids.
Yeah.
Got to feed them and work, so. But I don't have kids. I don't know what that's like yet.
I don't care to. No, thank you.
No.
Don't have kids.
I have 8 siblings, so I sort of know that they suck. Hey, Mary.
I'm a better uncle than I am a father. I'm almost sure.
It's so much more fun to be that way.
Yeah.
I love being a cool aunt.
Yeah.
Like my nephews adore me. It's because I can bring them over, play games, give them snacks, and send them home, and everyone's happy.
Yeah, my nephew does the same thing. He'll come over, we'll smoke weed, and then we'll just hang out, talk about ladies. And then he'll go home to his wife and kids.
It always sounds weird when you're like, I'm smoking weed with my nephew. I have to think about it. I have to think about it every time. Yeah, because my oldest nephew is like 14.
Yeah.
So it always sounds so like,
I was an uncle by age, what was it, 5?
Dang.
My niece was born. We're all like 10 years apart from each other. So then after her, 5 years later, my nephew was born.
Yeah.
So we're just all kind of like 5 years apart from each other. It's like this weird little rhythm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was it like to be a 5-year-old uncle? Did it ever like phase you as weird, or was it like cool, or?
I think I just treated her like a sister. Like.
Yeah.
I was telling Dee the other day that I got mad because she was born on the 17th of this month, and my birthday's on the 31st.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I logicked the idea that she's older than me because her birthday comes first. And my family just tried to explain it like, what? No, like you're still older. She just is born before you.
But math.
And I'm like, no, it doesn't make any sense.
Look at this infant. Like, she's so much older than me.
How are you? Are you going to smoke before me?
Yeah,
you gonna drive before me?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Goodness, that's so funny.
I remember they were telling me that I was wanting a little boy nephew. And then she came out and they're like, are you cool with it? Are you pissed? And because I was like, hell over high water. It's like, no, it's gotta be a nephew. It's gotta be a boy. It's gotta be a boy. And then she was born. I'm like, she's pretty cool. All right, she's all right. She's pretty cool.
That's usually what happens after a while.
Yeah.
I mean, when my second sister was born, or I guess she's my first sister because I'm the first. But when she was born, I was at first excited for her, and then I was jealous for like a few years, and then we eventually became like the bestest of friends.
Mm-hmm.
They always end up resolving themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Aw.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Kiddos.
All right. So you want to bring this up, or do you want to talk about like something before? Just a little buffer.
Let's. Want to dive in?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, tell me about it.
All right. So this has already been documented on the news, on national news, in Oklahoma City local news, in Oklahoma State news. So a lot of this stuff that I'm talking about, even if someone ever got upset about it, it's out there. It's been out there for about 10, 12 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So in St. Charles Borromeo, a Catholic church in War Acres, Oklahoma, in about 2010, we had this petition for a cross to be made for our church.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really weird. Like it was a big deal, and it was sort of a controversy when the petition started.
Mm-hmm.
And so the pastor, Father Seaton, he was the one pushing it the whole time. So and we're not really sure why he was pushing it. He wanted to make this cross and replace it over like this huge mosaic we already had. And as a church, we were already just fine with what we had.
Mm-hmm.
We're already kind of like, poor people. War Acres is not a great part of town in Oklahoma City. So we didn't really want to do this, but he did a fundraiser anyways. So here we are doing this fundraiser, and it's like August 2010. and he has this cross up in the church, and he removes this cloak, and I'm looking at it, and my sister, she's 13 at the time, goes, that looks like a butternut squash. And like, lo and behold, Christ has a erect penis.
He's got a giant Johnson?
He's got a giant...
Pecker!
Oh, where?
Wait, that's not a woodpecker. It looks like someone's...
Privates! We have reports of an unidentified flying object. It is a long, smooth shaft, complete with two balls.
What is that? That looks just like an enormous...
Willie. Yeah. What's that? Well, it looks like a giant
dick.
He's got a massive Christ.
It's erect. It's huge. A massive Christ. A long Johnson. Like, everything about it was so phallic, so, like, pornographic. And if you go to the Oklahoman, the newspaper, the local newspaper, they talk about it as being pornographic.
Yeah.
Like, you look at the picture, and it's so obvious.
Yeah.
So, like, the priest he's all excited to, like, show everyone, and after church, we're trying to, like, tell him, like, this doesn't feel great, you know, and I go home, and I'm being a snarky teenager and post something online about, like, this cross at church, whew, like, we don't even want to do that fundraiser, but here we are, you know, it was something snarky, I don't know exactly what I said, and suddenly, like, I had probably... I don't know, I think it was like 20, 25 comments about like, yeah, like that's what I thought I saw, and that's really strange. And the pastor got on there because he also had a Facebook, he hit with the kids. And he's like, we need to talk, this isn't right. And I was like, well, no, I'm pretty sure this is what I'm looking at. He's like, no, those are abs. Like, those aren't abs. It's like...
Does it look like long, or does it look like square long?
It looks like, let me just show you.
And does it look like...
Look at this.
Oh, okay.
No, are those abs?
It looks like he woke up in the morning and had to go downstairs real quick to talk to his parents.
Yeah. No. So the pastor has the audacity to call it a six-pack, and it's not. There's like 4 sections also, so it's not even a six-pack. It's truly like a dick. I don't understand what's going on here.
Oh my god.
But he's insisting that it's abs. So we keep it up in the church. He's not going to hide it. And over the next few weeks, we have people coming from out of town for funerals, weddings, and so the outside people are starting to see it. And eventually, MSNBC gets in the church.
Oh, good.
No, like national news ends up in the church, and so they do this big story about the phallic cross that's pornographic, and like this church is outraged, and a lot of the parishioners did reach out to the local news and to the national news to let them know because they wanted to change it. And he just insisted that this wasn't the case. He doubled down. The artist, Janet, I think her name was Janet. Yeah, Janet, she went into hiding. Like, she wouldn't talk at all. She had her friend go and talk for her. She never came out in the open. She was so embarrassed.
You could get groceries because I made Jesus have a big dick.
Yeah, right? Like, no, she would not come out, and all the news stations tried to reach out to her. Nothing. She would only talk to Father Seaton to the friend.
So, wait, is that admitting that she made it look like it?
So since I don't know what she said, they're saying like she's having someone else speak for her. They're saying that she's appalled and she can't believe that she did that. She must have it is a huge cross. She must have been like too close, and she was truly trying to copy an older cross.
Okay.
But that cross also has the same problem. So she copied it. The other cross
also looks like a dick?
It does. Now there's a history behind it. There's a history why it can still be considered that. So the past 700 years, it was hidden by a group of nuns because they thought it looked like it had a dick. And then in 1957, they got this cross back out,
Yeah.
and it's become an icon again.
Yeah.
So this is recent. And in history, they already thought that this looked phallic.
Yeah.
It was considered even a little blasphemous because St. Francis of Assisi prayed before
Jesus would never have a dick.
Yeah, no, right?
Ever.
I mean, no, if Jesus had a dick, it's going to be the biggest goddamn dick there ever was. I mean, at least they could have made
right?
it golden. They could have made it golden.
Like, you'd have to figure that, like, I don't know, the cosmos that be are like, hey, yeah, give him a big dick. Like, if he's going to be, like, a big deal, like, yeah, like, make him hung. Right? I'd assume.
Hung. He's hung. Like, his dick is almost half as big as the people that are standing next to him.
Oh, jeez.
Like, look at that. Look at this shit. Size those people up.
It's about the size of each head.
Pretty much,
I see 6 heads in this picture.
Yep. Yeah, so there's a history of it not being very, like, appropriate already. And it's because nuns are pretty smart and they don't want to see that.
Or do they?
Well, they hid it, unless they're keeping it for themselves.
I mean,
Oh, my.
have they checked if it's been touched before?
Right, I don't know. It was, when it was found again 700 years later, it was pretty, like, chipped up and whatnot, so they sort of repainted it. So people have been messing with it for reals, not joking.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was found in an abandoned church. St. Francis of Assisi prayed before it. God spoke to him, supposedly, and he thought he was speaking through the cross. And eventually, after that, he realized that he wasn't speaking through the cross, that God was just speaking to him. So there is kind of a point to say that the cross itself wasn't even a true symbol.
Yeah.
Now, I don't even, like, really buy into this stuff. I'm an ex-Catholic, I'll admit. So this is all just a lot of fantasy and fairy tale to me.
He who believes comes in the name of the Lord.
Thanks be to God. What happened? Like, sleeper cell.
That's an actual Bible verse, I think.
And I'm pretty sure that's almost how you answer that Bible verse.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Oh, excuse me.
Right?
Yeah.
Peace be with you, and also with you. Although, y'all changed that. Why?
Yeah, I heard that sort of dropped.
Yeah, no, I've gone to Mass a few times for, like, funerals and just random things I've had to do back home, and it always just throws me the fuck off. I'm like, whoa.
You think it was the Gen Z priests? Because I think that's when it stopped, and I bet you're like, no, that sounds too cheesy. We just won't say it.
I don't know. I liked it because I would always take the Little Caesars slogan and I'd go, pizza, pizza. When I shook people's hand. Yeah, and they would always like, also.
Also with you? Yeah.
No, my dad would tell me to say that, and he highly encouraged it. So
Okay.
everyone around me was just like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess back to penis cross. But all that to say, it's modern that it came back out. The church didn't
The
even
penis?
want it. Yes. Like the fact that it came back out in 1957. So it's curious
Was it
that they
hard?
would even bring this. It was hard. Here. I got a picture of that one too.
How difficult was it?
This one, the poor ladies. So this is the original.
Okay, you could still say that that's abs. I wouldn't confuse it. The first one I'd say I'd confuse for dick. This is more
Yeah.
abs-ish.
And I kind of thought the same thing, but it also just looks really like, if it's a 6-pack, the bottom 4 look really ball sacky.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be clear, it's called the San Damiano cross.
San Damianos.
San Damiano cross.
I like to eat at San Damianos.
I've had a hard time pronouncing it, and they don't really say it in a lot of the news clips that I've watched over
Yeah,
the
I've been to
past couple
Santino's.
days. You've what?
I've been to Santino's. Santiago Burritos.
Santiago's.
That's the one too.
Yeah. They're pretty alright for like super cheap.
Santiago's.
Janet Jamie, that was the name of the
San
artist
Diego
who
Pic.
did the St. Charles Cross. Janet Jamie.
St. Charles Cross?
The
2, 1.
Colonel, you better take a look at this radar.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
the church I went to.
Yes. Gotta write that down. I'm gonna edit it in.
Yeah, I'll have to send you a picture of it so that you can like show it.
Send me Jesus dick pics.
Right.
Give me those pictures of Jesus dick pics now, Parker.
Okay. So I got a ton of those dick pics after I did that Facebook post.
Yeah.
So I did
Wait.
that Facebook post. Yeah, no. I did that Facebook post, and the pastor like makes his comment online. We see each other at church next time. He's pleading with me, telling me this isn't what it looks like, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Just 2 + 2 is 4. That's not a 6-pack. You can't convince me it is.
Mm.
And no matter what the history is, like I'm already looking at the history. My mom even showed the cross to her Renaissance art teacher, and she was like, "That's a dick." So like, what can I say? So I'm at home one day, and my dad brings me this big like manila envelope packet.
Yeah.
And I open it, and he had sent me a 10-page letter, not including the multiple pages of pictures after that, a 10-page written letter personally to me, explaining why I was wrong, what I need to know, what I can do to help instead of spreading what I've been saying, and here's the history of it, and here's a bunch of pictures. And so I'm going picture after picture, just like, these are just a bunch of Jesus's pics. Like, he tried to find a bunch of crosses that looked very similar to the one. Yeah, he's like, see, these are abs. And I'm sitting there like, I mean, you can argue that a lot of these are, but you just sent
This was clearly a video
a packet of dicks. Yeah, I was 17.
All right, just want you to look at some photos. Tell me what you think. No.
No. I'm sorry, Sheriff.
You're sure? Okay, you're free to go. Do you have somebody picking you up?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, just check that one out again.
No.
No? All right. Well, worth a shot.
Jesus
This is just
Christ.
a porno. I don't understand.
Pretty much. I wish I had that packet still. Somewhere,
Oh, yeah.
like, in my mom's papers, she has it. She
You
has
ever
it
find
somewhere. If I ever find it, we'll
Yeah.
talk about it
It's like
again.
an old mine of dicks.
I'll read the whole letter if we find it
Christ
again.
dicks.
Christ sticks.
Christ dicks is my favorite cereal.
A bag of Christ sticks.
You would jump in the line, and you would go up and get the, the crouton oh Christ. A Jeez-It.
Like,
It's like the Christian way.
no, but it's the wafers.
No. And the wafers have to have the, like, P with the X thing going on.
What is that?
I don't know.
I've seen that before. What is that?
Let's find out.
But I was
I'm
thinking
sure I knew.
it's in the shape of a rocket.
Johnson. Yes, sir.
Which ones have you tasted? I've tasted a few, and like a couple of like stuck in my brain. There's one that's like paper. The little wafers that they give you in church.
I've only had one kind of wafer.
Is it just one kind of wafer?
It is pretty papery. It's like if you take a saltine cracker and you flattened it and then you cut it in half, like, it's flat and you cut it in half this way.
Yeah.
So it's like really flat. And then that's what it's like.
Can we order it off Amazon?
I don't think you can because they're made at nunneries. So I don't imagine
Wait.
nuns are...
There's a nunnery?
Yeah, no, in 2nd grade, I went on a field trip. No, you know what nunneries are?
No.
You never heard this?
Are you imagining
Are
what
you
I'm
kidding
imagining?
me?
Just nuns roaming through like long fields.
Nunnery, I think a convent is another way you can call it, but nunnery is
A what?
more fun. Convent.
That sounds
It's so hard to say.
like a jail thing.
right? Like covenant.
That sounds like a witch thing.
I mean, Catholics.
Can we just call them like a gaggle of nuns or something? Isn't there like a group name for them?
They're
Isn't there a
like,
name?
if it's a nunnery, and they're nuns, are they? How do you do the I at the end?
Nunnery?
Like, nunny?
Nunny? Nunny?
Is that a multiple nuns? Nunnies?
Japanese for what?
Nunny is the multiple nuns. Nunny.
Cut to clip.
Nani?
You are speaking of the Chiro monogram. Though the two letters look like P and X in the English alphabet, they're actually Chi looks like X and Rho looks like P from the Greek alphabet. This happens to be the first two letters of Christ in Greek, Christos. Hence, Chiro monogram is used for Christ. Okay, that makes so much more sense.
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
For the fact that you're eating his skin. Yeah, all right.
Oh, yeah.
He labels it before he hands it over.
This is me. It's like the name tag, but
Yeah.
it's his skin.
At the nunnery, they actually milk him for it.
Oh,
No,
God.
they peel it. They peel it off. I don't want to disrespect.
Just like.
It's fine though. But it's not creepy. It's not weird.
He just like take with my skin.
Yeah, like he's cool with it. He's like, oh yeah, cool. And then just like nuns just like sit there throughout the day, just like peeling off and
Maybe
just sending them to churches.
Maybe it'd be like OCD satisfying. Think of it this way, like not that we're really
When you
taking
get glue
chunks
in
of
your
skin
hands?
off. It's kind of like glue, but more specifically like
You ever done the whole
sun
hand?
when you have sunburns because you need his skin.
Okay,
So like yeah, you just be like
but it's not weird.
no, because that's satisfying.
It's perfectly normal.
It's not weird.
Yeah. He's even there. He does the
He's
glue
like,
thing
oh,
on his
yeah.
hand where he's just like.
Oh yeah.
And then they like put it all in a machine and it presses the name on.
This is so gross.
It's fine. It's normal.
I'm now just seeing like conveyor belt of like flakes. These little weird flakes. Just go to like little price like
Yeah.
more flakes. And like, you know, you accidentally take your mask off on the line because you need to take a drink, take a deep breath, and a little like
Goes in.
like yeah, so
Like a powdered croissant. Okay, yeah. I just got aggressive me.
it's so gross. Oh Jesus Christ! Literally.
Jesus Christ. And then another part, this is why it's the nunnery, because the other part is like big silos, and that's where they keep his wine. You don't want to know what they do there, because that's actually kind of weird. We don't talk about it though.
Yeah.
Just strap them onto a machine and just like, here we go, pump it.
That's why God is a woman.
Oh. No, is Jesus a woman or is God a woman? What are we drinking?
They're all the same. The Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost are all three in one. They're the same.
Okay, see,
So
you had me,
if
but
one's
then
a
you said
girl, they're all
father and
girls.
son.
And maybe it's mother and daughter.
Okay.
So mother and daughter.
I've always registered with
How's
that.
it? Mother, daughter, Holy Spirit. That feels so weird.
Mother, daughter, Holy Spirit.
But that's nice. Mother, daughter, Holy Spirit.
It feels more calming. Father, son sounds very demanding.
It
The
is.
father and the son. Oh.
Mix it up just depending on how you feel, like Father, daughter, Holy Spirit.
Mom, dad, uncle,
Spectacles, testicles.
wallet and watch.
I changed it to modern. It's spectacles, testicles, iPhone, and I think it was hot chip. Yeah.
What might be? Keys, glasses, headphones, Digimon, Digimon, Digimon.
Yeah, no, this is so true though.
At least 3.
At least 3 Digimons.
Yeah, at all times.
So many babies to take care of.
Yeah, so many babies.
How are your babies doing?
So, no, they're somewhere.
You don't have to, this isn't your baby?
This is my normal Garmin watch.
Oh, we don't care about it. No, it doesn't matter if there's poop in that watch.
It's in my phone. My Digimon are in my phone.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I guess I should explain what that is.
Should.
Real quick. It's like the digital pets, but it's on your watch, and it keeps track of your health, kind of. But it's more like a kid's toy, anyways. But it's fun because then Digimon just show up there and you can play with them.
And they poop. That's what I know.
Not in the watch.
Oh, sorry.
On the watch, they do not poop. They do not poop on the watch. They do on the little V-Pets. Did you ever have those?
The Tamagotchi?
The Tamagotchis?
I think I did. I know I played with them. If I did, it was like a friend's or something.
I didn't have a Tamagotchi. I had a Digimon. The orange thing over there, that's my original Digimon thing from childhood.
See. Oh, it's a chunky.
Yeah, it's a chunky boy.
Because usually like a lot smaller.
Yeah, about the same size.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the thing I played with. And then I had Game Boy. That was my thing, having a Game Boy. I always had a backpack with a Game Boy and a book.
Lucky.
Yeah.
I wanted Game Boy so bad.
Yeah.
Nope, could not do it. But really good at reading books, so I mean, I guess that was better in a way.
Yeah. Are you reading anything?
Right now, I'm reading. I always have like 2 or 3 books. What am I strictly reading? I'm reading the first book of The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan.
Okay.
I'm like, I think 14 chapters in. It's really good.
Is it?
Yeah, like as far as like being a Lord of the Rings fan and like loving that fantasy stuff, it hits it on the head. I can tell he's definitely a fan of LOTR as well. But
it's more Lord of the Rings than sci-fi kind of?
Yes.
I thought it was a sci-fi thing because Wheel of Time sounds very timey-wimey. Hi, timey-wimey.
It does, but it's the whole without like giving anything away because it is just fantasy and it's not sci-fi. The whole idea with how time works is with magic instead of like sciencey stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So this world's very like you cast your spells and shit. Oh. Yeah. There's not a lot of machinery stuff going on.
I gotta be honest, I'm probably never gonna watch it. Never gonna read the book.
I'm not gonna watch it. I just want to read the book, honestly. Yeah. I heard the show, and I could see for myself, but just about everyone who's read the series and has watched it says that it's right off the bat not following the book. And since I'm starting to read, I don't want to ruin it for me.
Point.
Yeah, like I just want it to stay a good thing, and people are confirming that it might not be a good thing if I watch the show. So I'm gonna just enjoy it the way it should be.
Yeah, I'm very hesitant about live action book stuff ever since Harry Potter and all that. I'm like, you struck lightning once, and that's I mean, Lord of the Rings was there too, but like.
Well then, but they did The Hobbit, and that's the same thing.
Yeah.
They messed up so big on that.
No, I think where they thought the money was because of Harry Potter broke the last book into 2 movies.
Yes.
After that, even The Hobbit got like 3 movies.
The Divergent series did it, and it's not a good series.
It's not?
No. I read the first 2 books, and I tried to get through the 3rd, and it was so bad. And
Melodrama?
It was just, it's like they wanted to be Hunger Games, but wasn't trying very hard.
Okay.
It's a lot the same. There's, instead of, what did they call the cities in Hunger Games?
Districts?
Districts.
Yeah.
Here they got factions.
Oh,
yeah. And these factions are based on not what you do for work, personality types.
Ooh.
And, yeah.
Do you get to take tests?
You actually do.
Which Disney princess am I kind of thing?
Yeah. It's kind of like that. This I guess this part is kind of cool. So I'll tell you. But basically what happens is if you're from like a particular faction, you're supposed to go to the ceremony where everyone in, I guess, the land, because all the factions get together, watch you kind of do this hat ceremony kind of thing, like Harry Potter, except it's with a stone where you cut your hand and then you hold the stone and you like do this blood thing over a bowl that says the name of your faction that you
I'm
want to be
immediately
in.
out of this universe. I'm out.
We're done.
Why are we doing this? No one decided, like, this is weird, right, guys? This is weird?
What is this place? It looks post-apocalyptic or something.
The meadow fields. This is where the samies stay until the groupers pass them on to the sorties for sorting.
But what's over those walls?
Oh, nothing much. Except the death fires.
When we like tried to explain it, it's convoluted already.
I like that, 'cause you can kind of see the trend that, like, they took the premise of Hogwarts houses and then just expanded it to the United States with Hunger Games. And then this expanded it even more by changing it to fractions.
It's even a little Mad Maxy, like.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, it has it all. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember the name of the author, but she like.
What was it, Death Maze?
Let's look it up.
What is it?
Death Note.
No, Death Note's an anime. No, it was like a whole series of, one of them was called 4.
I think I've heard of it, but I wouldn't know anything about it.
Wait, are we talking about Divergent?
Divergent.
Divergent? Divergent. Yeah.
By Veronica Roth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I just thinking? The Maze Runner.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, that's the same category.
It's the same thing.
It's up there with the 100, and you can't convince me that's a good show. You can't.
Is that?
I don't like it.
I don't care.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's another Hunger Games. It does have some like cooler factors than Divergent, but it's the same realm as Maze Runner and Divergent. They're so similar.
Yeah, no.
Like the person that bought me the book Divergent also took me to see, or is Maze Runner a show or a movie?
I think it's both at this point.
Either way, the person that gave me the book also wanted me to watch that with her. Also gave me the book to Hunger Games. Also wanted to watch the 100.
Okay,
they're
hold
the
on.
same. Yeah, these like if you like these kinds of movies and books, you're gonna watch all of them.
No. Star Wars and Star Trek are different. Those are different. Those are different enough.
Those are different enough. One is a lot more real, and the other one's a lot more cool. So.
And the other one's fucked up.
Yeah.
I can't get into any of them, especially after the whole 2-parter thing. I read Hunger Games, the first one, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I was planning to read the second one, and I was getting there, and I didn't. But I had all 3 books, I guess it was.
It was 3 books, yeah. The movies is where it throws me off.
Yeah.
I read all 3. I really enjoyed them.
Yeah.
And I will give it to the directors, the movie, at least the first 2 movies, because I did not see the part 3 into 2 movies. But the first 2 movies were to the book. They followed it. So as far as like directing a movie and trying to like put a book on screen, they did exactly what the book said. Yeah. They hardly left anything out.
I think what was it? Philip Seymour Hoffman died, and that affected the last movie or something. Because I remember this clearly that they had extra footage of him, and they just sort of like spliced it into the movie.
You're right. I completely forgot that happened. And then I don't even see the last 2 movies, so I could never tell the difference.
I feel like I watched it once because I remember seeing it. I was like, oh, yeah, you can tell. But like, I after the second movie, I didn't bother to pick it up afterwards.
Yeah.
It looked interesting enough. I was kind of having fun with it, and then I don't care.
I liked them. I think for that kind of genre, Hunger Games is probably my favorite. Out of those, and I honestly think the author was amazing. The first 2 movies were amazing, but the rest that followed, do something new. Please do something new.
Is that where Twilight broke off?
Twilight is in that realm, but they are kind of its own thing.
It was supposed to be a fan fiction of Harry Potter.
Really?
I think so.
Let's see.
Because it was Stephanie Meyer's like wrote. It was supposed to be Hermione and Draco or something. I think I'm remembering this. And then he turned out to be a vampire in her story. And then ridiculous.
Already on Reddit, there's like, can Twilight be considered Harry Potter fanfiction?
See, I was right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Why did useless knowledge?
Yeah, there's a lot of like forum websites that are talking about it, but nothing. I can't find anything exact.
Vaguely remember it's a Hermione Draco fanfiction or something like that. And then they were interested in it, but they're like, yeah, but you got to change the names because obviously. And then she spun it to like a little hometown, and it's about Bella and Edward and all that.
I have to give it to her. She did make it her own.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then 50 Shades of Grey is a fan fiction of Twilight.
He's already talking about it on here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually no, I'm not surprised.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Twilight was pretty like intense already with some of that stuff, so I could see where someone would like spin off and.
I watched the first 50 Shades, and yeah, if you have that in your mind, you can totally tell. Oh yeah, that's definitely Edward, and that's definitely Bella.
Yeah.
Because they're literally doing the same like thing where he's being possessive, and she's like, "Ooh, I'm scared, but I like it."
Right. Well, then there's another boy.
Yeah, and then there's another boy. I saw the second one, but I wasn't paying attention.
Where my brother lives, he's not far from where they shot the Twilight movies. He actually sent me a couple pictures. It's near Seattle.
Yeah.
So he lives in Seattle, but he keeps driving over to where it was.
Yeah.
And I've seen pictures of Bella's house and
hang on tight, Spider Monkey.
I don't know who else is, because I don't honestly care about Twilight too much. It's not my favorite. But I'm like, that's cool.
I like telling this story because it's so dumb. I watched all of them in theaters up to the last one.
Really?
The first time, me and my friend just went to go see it just as a lark. Like, all right, it could be good, it could be bad, we don't know. It was decent. I enjoyed it. Then I saw the second one with a girlfriend who was deeply into it, and then I was with her the third movie, and then the fourth movie was another X or something like that.
Yeah.
And then by the time I got to the last movie, I was with somebody who gave no shits. I'm like, perfect. I don't care. I don't care how it ends. I just don't care how it ends.
Wait, where's the fifth movie?
Is it? I
only saw the first movie.
Hold on, let me see if I can. Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, Full Moon, Crescent Moon.
Yep, you're right.
Is it just a 4?
It's 5. Twilight,
Breaking Dawn.
New Moon. Yep, Eclipse, Breaking Dawn.
Oh no, I'm getting excited.
Breaking Dawn.
Breaking Dawn, yeah, that was the part 1 and 2 or something.
Yeah.
That one.
Dang, that was 10 years ago. The last one came out.
I can tell you this, that they had a weird screwed up baby. Did you ever find out what happened? Do you know about what happened?
Baby? What happened to a baby?
Okay, this is fun. Let's go down this route. So you know how both boys were lusting over Bella?
Yes.
The wolf boy and the vampire boy?
Yes.
And like she's like, well, I decided I'm gonna stick with the vampire boy because he's less abusive, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they hook up, and then he impregnates her, turns her because the baby would be vampire and would like just rip her apart if like she isn't a vampire.
Jesus Christ.
So he turns her, and then she has the baby. All of a sudden, Wolf Boy's not really interested in her, and he's kind of eyeing the baby.
Oh, I have heard about this.
Yeah, but luckily for us, this baby has a weird time spurt where she grows up in like 2 months or I don't know, like a very short span. She grows up into a full grown like adult or young adult at least.
Do they end up together?
They end up together.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I
mean,
you can't get
I could be wrong,
so
but
weird.
I think they end up together where like I think he gets her permission. Like, is it cool? Like, is that weird? And she's like, yeah, it's weird, but go for it. If he'll get you off my back, yeah, go with my daughter.
That's not very protective.
Yeah. And then the movies didn't make it any better because I saw that they like superimposed like a baby's face on a doll because they were originally going to use this robotic doll for some fucking reason. And like, there's pictures on look it up. There's pictures online. The Twilight baby doll, where it's like an animatronic baby doll that like moves its eyes and everything, but it was so creepy that they just put a baby face on it.
Yeah.
It looks like a Cabbage Patch baby. It didn't make it any better. The superimposed baby face just looks so weird on top of just like this clearly like doll.
This doll's so weird.
Isn't that weird? Its big eyes like.
Yeah. Do you see it? Yeah. Oh, it's got this like thing going on with this chin that's weird, and then the way the eyes sit. Wait, and so then the superimposed.
Am I wrong about that? No, I'm not wrong about that. Like, there's a baby face that's just awkward, and then they like immediately next scene just like made her into like a 5-year-old because it's weird. Maybe I did see this. Do you think I saw this? Ask me in the comments below. Let me know.
You look amazing, Bella.
Someone's been waiting to meet you. Rose.
Why?
Like, I don't understand why they didn't just go with a real baby in the first place. I know it's problematic, but why did you build a whole animatronic baby?
I will have to say the pictures don't show the CGI justice. It doesn't show the CGI justice, but they are saying that that's what happened.
Yeah.
You know, it looks pretty normal.
I'm like far more fascinated at like the behind the scenes, all of this, rather than the actual movies themselves, because I'm sure they're fine. What was the last one I saw? They got in a fight and it turned out it wasn't a fight. The whole movie was just a vision. Like, it ended in this huge climactic battle, like vampires versus vampires, and like they like rip each other's throats and heads were flying off, and then it turns out the whole movie was just one of the psychic girl. And then she saw it on her mind. She's like, let's not do this.
That's worse than Civil War.
Yeah, imagine if that happened. It just like zooms out to Peter in his room, just like, wow, imagine if I went. Imagine if I went to Germany. That would have been cool.
It would have been so weird.
Yeah.
Why did they do that?
Yeah, I don't know. The second one was like the weird one where they were in Rome and Edward took off his shirt in front of the Vatican for some reason. I don't even remember. And he's a shiny boy, just like, I'm shiny. Look at my hatred. Don't you hate me? I'm ugly.
But doesn't he get all like? Oh no, he doesn't burn. Oh yeah, because he's not that kind of vampire. He's just shiny.
Because that's bullshit.
Yeah. The more sparkly is way more convincing.
Well, what was it? The first girl I dated, she tried selling me on what it was in the book, and it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. It's supposed to be. It was described way more beautiful in the novel than it was in the movie. Doesn't excuse it that he's still kind of just a shiny, sparkly boy, but he was supposed to be shining and just this rock formation type of thing on, and it was supposed to look like really nice. And instead, they went with glitter. Sure. Sure. I would say.
Tone.
How about you just don't make him anything? He just doesn't. He's in the sun now. Look, I don't burn. Isn't that cool? Look, it's all bullshit. I don't burn at all. You can invite me to your house.
In that world, did Bella ask him if he burns? Like, was she worried about it ever? Did they ever?
I think when he reveals that he's. Do you remember those scenes? I can't believe I remember so fucking much about fucking Twilight.
2009.
Like throughout the movie, she has her suspicions that something's up with this kid, and then she's like, "Hey, I think I figured it out." She's like looking on Bing.
Yeah.
And then he kidnaps her to the woods, and they have this romantic she's on his back, And there's like flying through the woods. He calls her Spider Monkey at one point.
Oh yeah.
You better hold on tight, Spider Monkey.
My sisters always quote that Spider Monkey thing to each other.
It's so funny. It's such a weird thing to tell somebody. It's like, is this sexy?
Yeah. I mean,
and then they like stop in the middle of the forest, and she's like, I know what you are. He's like, say it. You know what I am. Say it. It's like, well, why are we? What is this? Just say it. Don't be weird about it. He's like, yes, I'm a vampire. Look at my horror. I'm disgusting.
Sparkly.
I'm sickening.
Do you want to know where I get my toner?
Yeah. He's gonna kick ass in Batman.
He looks so cool in Batman.
Yeah.
No, this is gonna be real redeeming for him, and I know he wants that.
Okay. I'm using this platform, goddammit. He's always been a good actor. Even in those Twilight movies, he's always been a good actor. Where everybody's just like stuck on like, oh, he's the vampire boy. He's like, no, there's other movies.
He was in Harry Potter. Cedric? Yeah. You know, he was like one of the best Harry Potter characters, which was like so short-lived.
Yeah, I could have done some more. Yeah, and there's The Lighthouse. Have you heard of that one? Is it called Lighthouse? The Lighthouse. Yeah, it's him and Willem Dafoe. I haven't seen it, but from all accounts, it's a really good movie. And it's a black and white. It looks like two sailors are stuck at a lighthouse.
Okay.
And they get stranded there. And they slowly go crazy, I think. Because I saw an image of just like pure chaos. Willem Dafoe I think he was like dressed in a dragon suit.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
So, and like I keep hearing that like they go crazy and like I think they either kill each other or they do something off with each other. But like it's the Green Goblin and Batman, and I'm like, all right, I'm for it.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm looking up the pictures. It looks so interesting.
Yeah, I'd be kind of down to watching it. Lighthouse?
Where is it? Based on a real story?
No, it definitely looks like a stylized art film kind of movie.
Yeah, I really want to watch it. That's perfect.
But everyone cites that movie as like, no, go check that movie out and tell me he's not like a perfect Batman. So there.
The previews already make him seem like the perfect.
Yeah. Cut to a clip. Do we want to make like recommendations, like as like a closer? We recommend a thing, just a random thing, whatever it could be. Maybe we don't do it all the time.
Yeah. I recommend Peacemaker was awesome this week, and the intro's fucking kicks. Slaps.
I love it. It's so good.
Can't get the intro song out of my head, and like good stuck in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd recommend this week.
All right.
It was feel good. It surprised me pleasantly.
Yeah, because I didn't like him in Suicide. I mean, I liked him, but like, he wasn't my favorite character out of the bunch. And I'm like, all right, whatever. We're making a show out of Peacemaker. All right, because it's James Gunn, I'll trust it, but I don't know.
No, I literally sat down to do my own thing while my husband turned it on, and I wasn't planning on watching it. I didn't watch the first part before that like intro came on.
Yeah.
And suddenly like it's really loud in my living room, and so I have to watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm just captivated.
Yeah.
And from then on out, I ended up watching all 3 episodes in one sitting.
It worked.
Yeah, no, I was planning on just reading a book and sketching. But it was great.
Yeah, James Gunn said he wanted to make an unskippable intro.
It fucking worked.
And like
it sold me.
Like I can see the layout because when you see the actual video, you see the skip button show up like always, but it's like so prominently like there. Like you could, but you're missing out.
You don't want to. No.
You don't want to.
You kind of want the hype.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah, it's a feel good, and everyone just being just serious, dancing and stuff.
Well, I love those dance moves.
Yeah.
They're so they're a lot like when cheerleaders do dances. It's really kind of boxy.
Yeah.
And so I really liked that. Just having done it in the past. It was fun.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh, I didn't even think about anything. I just said we should do a recommendation, but then I didn't come up with anything. Well, fine. It's a James. You think that? I don't. No, I don't think so. Yeah, obviously it's a fire truck, but like, I'm wondering if it's. I doubt it's catching. Are you catching it? Can you hear it? All right. If we're gonna stick with a James Gunn theme, I'm gonna recommend Guardians of the Galaxy. Andy.
Does Andy watch?
I don't care. I doubt it. I doubt he'd watch. Well, let's give it to him. Let's see what he says. Yeah, if we tell him. I recommend Guardians because it's a fun thing. You don't control the raccoon, but I gotta get back to it. It's been a minute since I've gotten to it.
You mean the game?
The game, not the movies. It's like such a unique story, and like it feels Marvel Universe-esque, but it's not at all the movies. Like there's a moment where you go into this museum, and it just has little artifacts from the Marvel Comics universe.
Yeah.
Kind of like made into real life looking things. It's like, ooh, I like this.
That's fun.
Yeah. The collector has Throg.
Oh, I actually did see him because Ian, my husband, he plays it, and it's so fun to watch. It's like watching another like movie or another timeline of the like original Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Yeah, it almost feels like like another just timeline that really doesn't have anything to do with the other stuff.
You know, it's like super immersive. I'm not bored when he plays it. I watch.
Yeah, it's always a movie. Like I want to keep going, but I'm like, I just go to bed though.
It's an interactive movie.
Yeah. I think it's like set in the video game universe. There's a video game universe now, but like it matters.
Would that be the
Avengers?
MVU? MVGU?
MVGU, probably. There's a name for it.
MVGU.
I don't know. Game universe.
Gaming universe.
Gaming universe. I don't know. Silly
MGU.
The MGU. Yeah.
Marvel Gaming Universe.
Yeah. Spider-Man. Spider-Man's another good game I would recommend.
What's that on?
PlayStation.
Oh, on PlayStation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Spider-Man's super fun because makes you feel like Spider-Man.
Yeah. Not for the movie.
Yeah.
We all want to feel like Spider-Man.
All right, we're about an hour.
All right.
We'll call it here. Thank you all for listening. And hey, thank you all for listening. I don't understand what you're saying. Do you remember that? Do you remember SpongeBob?
No.
Oh, no, you don't.
I didn't see SpongeBob. I was not blessed with SpongeBob. I wish I was blessed with SpongeBob.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I should have watched SpongeBob.
You're saying. Cut to a clip.
When is the next bus to Bikini Bottom?
What?
The bus schedule, the next bus.
I can't understand your accent.
The next bus to Bikini Bottom.
Oh, why didn't you say so? Next bus leaves in 5 seconds.
Right. Okay, yeah, so that's the show. I hope you enjoyed it. It always feels so like abrupt. Wow, there's a fire happening. Leave in the comments what your favorite James Gunn movie is.
Yeah.
And why is it Slither or Brightburn? And I'm pulling him out of my butt.
Who?
James Gunn.
No, what was
Brightburn? That one's about
one of his movies.
Yeah.
Oh.
Leave in the comments which one's your favorite.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I've been Morgan. Hello.
I'm Hailey.
And he's back there.
Okay.
We'll see you next time on what do I call it? Wibbly Wobbly Wallflrz. Yay!
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Good night.
Hold it! I'm not through here! Do you hear me? I demand you come back and get me a bust of Bikini Bottom right now! Until then, I am not leaving this spot!